Good day, friends. I am Emin Bogarin from Pathways of Hope. Today's Gospel reading is from Mark 7, verses 1 to 13. In this Gospel, Jesus comes in conflict yet again with the Pharisees and scribes. It starts off with the Pharisees and scribes coming from Jerusalem, and they gathered around Jesus. They gathered around them so that they might find something to criticize them with. Alas, they found one. They saw some of Jesus' disciples eating food with hands that were defiled, that is, unwashed. This is a big no-no to them, because the Pharisees and all the Jews do not eat unless they give their hands a ceremonial washing, holding to the tradition of the elders. When they come from the marketplace, they do not eat unless they wash, and they observe many other traditions, such as the washing of cups, pitchers, and kettles. This was not just simple washing with soap and water. It was a prescribed ritual done as a show of piety. They approached Jesus and pointed out their main issue. Why don't your disciples live according to the tradition of the elders, instead of eating their food with defiled hands? This was a direct attack towards Jesus' leadership, that he is not teaching his disciples proper observance of Jewish tradition. But Jesus already knew what was in their hearts. So he replied, Isaiah was right when he prophesied about you hypocrites. As it is written, these people honor me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me. They worship me in vain. Their teachings are merely human rules. You have let go of the commands of God and are holding on to human traditions. Jesus didn't stop there, and he went on to say, You have a fine way of setting aside the commands of God in order to observe your own traditions. Jesus used the word hypocrites to describe the scribes and Pharisees. What is a hypocrite? In the Webster Dictionary, it is a person who puts on a false appearance of virtue or religion, or a person who acts in contradiction to his or her stated beliefs or feelings. In biblical definition, it comes from the Greek word that means play actor, or one who wears the mask. A hypocrite is someone pretending to be something that he or she is not in order to receive recognition or gain. Hypocrisy is the result of pride. Hypocrite is a very strong word to describe someone, especially someone with authority. Jesus was not against tradition in general, but he was against setting aside the commands of God in order to observe traditions for tradition's sake. Jesus gave a concrete example of this with the fourth commandment. Honor your father and your mother. Anyone who curses their mother or father will be put to death under the Jewish law. However, they negated this commandment when they accepted money donated to the temple in lieu of helping their aging parents, under the guise of korban or offering to God. The law of God was nullified while the Pharisees enriched themselves with this korban or temple offering. God never intended that the good principle of devoting something to the temple should be twisted to dishonor fathers and mothers. Religious traditions without an authentic relationship with God simply becomes a show of empty rituals. Societal norms attached to sacraments which have no relations, have no bearing compared to the sacramental rites themselves. Take, for example, weddings. There are gowns, photographers, flowers, caterers, Instagrammable venues. Some even have fireworks and out-of-town prenuptial photo shoots. All of these are nice to have, but they are not required. These societal norms put pressure on adults who forgo being wed in church because of its tremendous cost. These are not essential to get married. The sacrament of marriage remains sacred and binding without these embellishments. I'd like to leave you with 1 John 5, verse 3. This is love for God, to keep His commands, and His commandments are not burdensome. God does not collect a record of right or wrongs. He desires a personal relationship with all of us. God knows the state of our hearts, and we do not need to put on a show to be right with God. Above all the do's and don'ts, what matters most is how much we love. Again, this is M. Bugarin from Pathways of Hope. Have a blessed day.